So, I have a big problem, and that is I have been doing this keto diet for 12 days and I am not in ketosis. I never bought those keto strips because they were expensive, and I thought, okay, as long as I follow my macros, I'm gonna be fine. I have a buddy that's also on keto. He's been doing it for about 2 years. So I went over and he read my blood. He has one of those things that you prick yourself and then you put your blood into the meter, and that is the most accurate way to get your level of ketosis and what level your glucose is at and everything. And he said mine was so low, like below what it should be to even be able to read ketones. So we're like, what's the problem here? Because I'm following the diet, I'm having a meal plan being sent to me that they have to be making correctly because they only have one job, and that job is to make keto friendly food. So it can't be incorrect. So his theory is that because I also did this in conjunction with a calorie deficit, I'm stressing my body because I haven't been in a calorie deficit. So putting your body in a calorie deficit is already stressful enough. So to do that plus keto means it's not going to work. So we're going to regroup. I'm going to redo my macros, and I'm going to eat my macros for what I need in order just to maintain my muscle mass, not trying to shred. That way my body won't be in such a stressed state. So this meal plan is definitely not enough. This meal plan worked out approximately to be enough for a shredding deficit, but for maintenance, I think I'm gonna need probably 500 or 600 more calories. So I'm gonna have to order some keto-friendly foods. He essentially said just get more fat in you, more avocados, oils, things like that. So I'm gonna have to redo that today, and we'll start going on these new macros a little bit higher. And he said once I get into ketosis, that's when your body is gonna naturally burn the fat anyway. You don't need to do it in conjunction with a deficit. So this is a big learning lesson for me. Hopefully it's useful for you. So we're gonna follow up in a couple days and see if I actually get into ketosis with the blood reading once I make these essential changes.
Look at what we have to wear. But if it's in the name of protecting people, I'm all about it. We have been extended another week. I feel like this is gonna just keep happening. It's 3 weeks now. I'd rather them just say like until halfway through May, like some people in the US have. So I've been doing great on this meal plan. Well, I haven't been doing great because, as you know, I'm not in ketosis. So I have to go back to the grocery store. Why? This is the place I really want to avoid because it's so busy. It's just a weird vibe in there. Like everyone looks like scared or angry or annoyed that you're shopping, and it's like, man, we're all in the same position. I gotta get some fats because I gotta get my calorie count up, and I'm trying to do it without getting my protein count up, because one of the reasons you can also not properly go into ketosis is if you have too much protein, then your body will start breaking down the extra protein as glucose and carbs. So I need like about 500 more calories of just like good fats with minimal protein. So I gotta go shopping. I really don't want to go into this grocery store, but it's 7:45 in the morning, so I'm hoping it's not gonna be too busy. But I know everyone has the same feeling as me, and there's always like a big morning rush actually, and I'm gonna have to suck it up. All right, let's go.
Okay, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too busy inside, so I could get in and out pretty quick. Let me show you what I got. Eggs, just because I'm running low. Hard-boiled eggs is a good way to get some protein and fat in. 100% cocoa, also really high in fat. I got decaf coffee because I really like to drink something hot in the morning, but it's actually not good to drink caffeine straight away because then your body depends on it. So I got decaf, and then I got some coconut milk creamer, which is pretty high in fat to go with that. Some green olives, jumbo green olives. These are also high in fat. Good way to snack and kind of get some more fat. And of course, avocados. So nothing crazy, but just some ways to supplement the meal plan with some additional fat that's not going to give me too much protein. All right, for dinner we got some Sicilian olive chicken, roasted vegetable, and avocado. This I supplemented myself to get some more fat, and they have added some coconut oil and butter for me because I told them I wasn't in ketosis, so they're putting a little bit of extra fats in the meal plan for me. So hopefully this is going to help jumpstart me into a real ketosis. I am feeling tired. I don't know why. Maybe it's an afternoon slump, or maybe I'm actually getting into ketosis. This is the thing, like every time I'm tired, I'm like, oh, it's the keto flu. I'm getting into ketosis. So today I'm fasting. I'm trying my first 24-hour fast. And the real reason I'm doing this is because it's a Friday, which is the holy day in Dubai where nothing is open. So even though I'm on a month meal plan, they don't deliver on Fridays. So before I was just ordering foods from keto friendly restaurants. They do exist in Dubai. They are like completely dedicated to keto foods. But I wanted to try fasting today just because of the benefits of fasting, the neurological benefits and things like that. And as I explained before, my friend actually took my blood reading, and that day I wasn't in ketosis. Maybe just that day something was thrown off. Maybe I had like a supplement that had something in it that threw me off. Like I just realized I'm using BCAAs that have sucralose listed as other ingredients, which I didn't read first. I just read that it had no carbs and no sugar, so I bought it. So that could have thrown me off. There's lots of things. So for sure, fasting is a guaranteed way to get into a state of ketosis because your body has no fuel, so it's going to start using the fat. So then once I go back on this meal plan, I'm hoping it'll just be a smooth transition. But we're going to test it in a few days. So I'm at about 14 hours right now. I've also spent the day doing some research on the pros and cons in keto because I'm definitely somebody that likes to know both sides. My best friend loves keto. She's had a lot of success on it. She's very pro keto, and I just try to remind her, like, there's always another side to this story, and the bottom line is there isn't long-term research done with people doing this diet on the long term that can prove that it's good. In fact, the thing that I kept reading over and over, and I read health articles from Harvard and all these different things, is that the only long-term scientific study that has been done on populations that live the longest, including people that have lived or are living to be over 100, have had diets that are higher in carbs. And even though you might do the keto diet and experience great results, you might experience dramatic weight loss, clarity of your brain and reduction of brain fog, your lipid profile still might be out of whack. You could have all of these inflammation spikes happening in your body that you don't know about. So you might look great and feel great on the outside, but on the inside you're not so healthy. And keto also is a huge reduction in carbs and vegetables, and these things are good for our gut. I think the bottom line is it's going to be different for everyone, right? Because we all come from different genealogies, we have different DNAs. Luckily we're kind of in the era now where soon I think you'll be able to take a DNA test and it'll tell you what's best for your body type and your DNA profile. But I think in the long term, keto is not something that's healthy. It might be great for something fast, kind of like a short-term prescription. It might be great at, doing something for you really quickly, but I don't think it's great in the long term. That being said, I'm still gonna give this a go. I'm obviously gonna do 1 month. I'll probably do 2 months, especially if it really did take me that long to get in ketosis, because I do wanna kind of see how it works after your body has fully adjusted to it, because it can take up to 30 days from a metabolic standpoint to actually get into ketosis. So I do want to give it a go since I've started, a good go, good effort. So I'm thinking I'll probably renew my meal plan and definitely do 2 months. But I'm doing this as kind of an experiment because I'm not flying and I have the time. But I don't think it's a long-term diet that is healthy for you. And the people that live to be the longest and live the healthiest do eat carbs, and they don't reduce anything in their diets. They have just a rich diet of whole foods. When we're talking carbs, we're not talking like bread and things like that. We're talking like legumes and rices that aren't white, those sorts of things. And I think at the end of the day, eating whole foods like that, vegetables, fruits, proteins, still eating fats is what is going to be the healthiest. So in order to increase my fats, I just want you guys to see how much liquid this is. This is 2 extra butters because my fat content wasn't high enough. But you literally have to drink this leftover sauce in order to get all of your fats in. It's definitely a very strange shift from what we have grown up accustomed to eating. Okay, so we're still a couple days into the extra fats that I'm getting. For instance, if the menu calls for like olive oil or butter or coconut oil with the dish, they usually gave 1. Now they're giving me 2. I just want to show you guys what this looks like because it's so counterintuitive to what we are trained to eat. It's still very strange for me to have this much butter. Today I got like 2 extra butters for this dish. So this dinner is just salmon. It comes with like, I don't know what this is, some sort of kale sauce. This is the salmon. And look at all that butter. That's a lot. You're supposed to like drink all that extra to get all of these fats. So to me, I know most people watching this are gonna say like, well, you don't need to have butter or oils. You can have avocado and stuff. But the problem is I've already reached my maximum protein in macros. I'm at like 124, which is kind of high. And I'm worried that too much protein might be the reason that I didn't get into ketosis. So I can't eat anything like a hard-boiled egg, avocado, even avocado, you know, it's mostly fat, but it still has 1 or 2 grams of protein. So I'm literally right at the number I'm supposed to be. And today, because this is salmon and beef, I'm actually over. I'm at like 134. So that's a big problem because if you're eating too much protein and not enough fat, you're not going to get into ketosis because your body's going to start creating glucose. So tomorrow I'm going to go get my measurements from my buddy, but I just wanted to show you guys all that butter. Look at all that butter. It just doesn't feel right to eat this, man. We'll see if it's working. Okay, guys, we're here. Our hair is big. This is CJ, a colleague of mine. Super smart guy with biohacking, fitness, all that stuff. I just want to briefly say what happened last time because I didn't film it. He mentioned that he had this blood reader, what is it, keto reader?
This one?
Ketone reader.
Keto Mojo.
Keto Mojo. So I came over, like, just like, yeah, prick me, like, figuring I was going to be in ketosis. And I wasn't. Not good news. So I'm going to let the expert here kind of explain to you some reasons why, and then we're going to retest.
So I honestly think what happened with him the last time was that he had a diet which was high in protein. Well, when you're following the ketogenic diet, your protein ratio should only be 15% of your entire calories. And when it goes above that, your body has this ability to make glucose from protein. And that kicks off everyone. And even if you're like using a lot of these branched chain amino acids or glutamine or things like that, that will kick you out of ketosis.
But like what's annoying is because I'm not doing this diet myself, I was like, I'm gonna get a meal plan. So it's like they have one job, you know, like make a ketogenic meal plan. And I think their macros is like 20% protein.
Oh, that's okay.
And
15,
so
20.
It's almost like if this is happening to me, like, and I have more muscle on my body, like I'm training, that sort of thing, like I would require more protein, but let's say a girl that's not training, like is on the same meal plan as me, she's subjective. Definitely not going to be in ketosis.
I think one of the other things that you did was that you restricted your calories.
Right,
and
that was the thing.
One of the things that happen when you restrict calories is that your body goes into starvation mode, and once it goes into starvation mode, there's a lot of stress. Stress increases the levels of glucose in your blood, because your body thinks it's going to die, so it's just going to provide it with some more fuel. It's going to again burn from those protein stores, and that's not a good thing. So you want to eat more. Always, you want to always eat more on the ketogenic diet.
If you want to shred, like say I want to get my 8-pack, you have to go into a calorie deficit.
Not really.
On keto, not really.
On keto, not really. Because
this I don't believe, so we're going to see if this happens. I don't believe it.
Well, let's hope today you're in ketosis.
Okay, so let's try.
See, one of the reasons I don't test myself is because I'm phobic of blood, and I can never get so much blood in the first draw.
Well, it would be hard to do yourself and then squeeze it.
Yo, you're in ketosis, okay, 0.3. There you go, 0.3 millimoles per deciliter.
Woo! So what is the range? So this is just like entry level?
Yeah, so the last time when you had like low, that could have been you had 0.2 or 0.25.
Okay.
So now you have 0.3.
So now keep doing what I'm doing.
Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll start getting deeper into ketosis.
And what's like the highest that it goes? Or like what are you at?
Originally, I would be about like my 1 point something, but one point something. But I've been at 5 as well. I've been at 6 as well. But what happens is the longer you stay in ketosis,
right,
your body kind of like because when you're first starting up, your body is just making so much of ketones, right?
Okay.
But those ketones are flowing in your blood, and
Yeah.
when you test them, you see like, wow, I've got like 3 millimoles of ketones.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that your body is really using it.
Right.
So the more you do it, your body gets more efficient at doing it, at using it. So let's say the body doesn't have to produce so many ketones because it knows that even if it produces just a little bit, that would kind of be absorbed in all of your tissues, and that can be used for making more energy.
So essentially you have to, what I'm learning through this process, I thought I was going to do this meal plan 28 days, do a science experiment with it, and that was it. And what I've learned from CJ is basically it takes a really long time, even if you do get drastic results. Like I'm sure some people that are overweight that do this right away, they start losing weight. But from a metabolic standpoint, you have to be on it a long.
Because here's the thing, guys. You can shift in and out of ketosis quite often. Like if you fast for 3 days, you will be in ketosis. But that doesn't mean that your body is keto adapted. To get all the long-term benefits, your body should be able to use fat as a fuel source, given that you're just eating fat. So it's that metabolic efficiency. So right now you could think that, okay, you know what, I'm just going to go for a long endurance workout. Let me just get some peanut butter, or let me just add some fat, and that would give you energy. But at the same time, if you want to like go and do a sprint, you can have like a spoon of sugar, and that will give you a different type of energy. So when you are in ketosis for a longer period of time, it's just like it's very easy for you to like juggle between those two energy sources.
If someone though does not, if they just want to do this as a short-term interim, I want to lose some weight or whatever, what would you say the minimum amount of time is if they don't want to do this long-term? Like
well, as
3
long
to
as
6 months?
As long as you start losing weight, that's it. Because like you don't really have to be in ketosis you don't have to be fat adapted to lose weight.
Okay.
That takes a long time, but losing weight starts earlier. So you can be on a ketogenic diet for like 2 months, and you can start losing a lot of weight. And then if you're happy with your weight, you just go back to a normal diet.
So I get what you mean. But for like someone like me with like somewhat low body fat, so how many months would you say till your body will actually target that for fuel?
The body won't really target that because you are eating a lot of fat. So you're actually consuming you are fueling your daily caloric needs by whatever nutrition you're taking.
Okay.
But what happens is if there are times that you don't have access to food, or there are times that you have just so many like demands, like extra demands, like you've probably you want to go, like let's say run a marathon, but you haven't eaten anything all day.
Right.
But now you don't have extra calories. That's the time your body can tap into all these internal. It just knows how to tap into that. But if at a point like you just wanted to like go out and do a marathon and you didn't eat and you didn't know how to like burn fat for fuel, you wouldn't even be able to do it because you'll start having hunger cravings, or you'll start feeling like your blood sugar is going low, and like you'll find so many other reasons to not go into that race. But over here, you can just wake up in the morning, and if you're keto adapted, you can just be like, oh, perfect, I'm sure my body will support me.
Yeah, that's great if you want to be an athlete, but I don't want to be an athlete. I want to get an 8-pack. So how do we make this happen? I want that last bit of fat gone. So now I should go to the calorie deficit. No? Or no?
You shouldn't, because you still want to be you still want some time to get adapted to all this fat.
Okay, so I got to stick to this for a while. So we'll regroup maybe and circle back, as they say, in like a month.
Yeah, and let's see what happens.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Okay, this is the man's supplement cabinet. He's got it all. Okay, go through it.
Man, there are just so many things to go through.
Okay, I'm gonna let him explain these all to me. Wow.
So there's a lot of anti-aging stuff here, a lot of detox stuff, a lot of herbs, a lot of like essential oil.
He'll be the oldest man alive one day. You just wait. In recorded history.
Yeah, after all of this, if it doesn't work, I don't know.